And it's 9:15 in the morning, and you are tuned to Grecian Echoes here on WNTN, 1550 AM in Cambridge, Needham, and Boston. And we're streaming at WNTN.com. It's a Monday, it's Wednesdays with Meleti, and your host, Meleti Pouliopoulos. And I have in the studio at this time Nancy Agris Savage. And she is Nancy, let's just say Kalimera.
Kalimera, Kalimera, Meleti.
How are you? Was it quite a thing getting in today? How was the
It
traffic?
was a lot of traffic, but
Yeah.
I made it.
You made it.
Mhm.
We're here to talk about the Peter Agris Memorial Scholarship Awards that were established in your father's name. And what year are we in right now for that?
We are in 31st year, 1993. We started with just maybe five or six applicants from just Boston area schools, and 31 years later, we're giving six $5,000 scholarships to applicants from across the country. So,
There were a lot of people that apply.
a lot of people, yep, a
So,
lot of people.
what's the cycle? When do you start accepting or posting?
The day after the October 21st Alpha Omega dinner, at which we will present the scholarships, I begin the next round. We take applications up through March 31.
Excellent.
And all the information is online at alphaomegacouncil.org, and the application and everything else, because Alpha Omega has been the vehicle through which the scholarships were founded. My dad was the founder of the organization, and they have been very generous with their
You've given
time.
a lot of these scholarships over the years, and a lot of
We
people
have. I
have.
think we're approaching 150 alumni.
Is that right? Time
Hmm.
for a big party, I think.
Yeah.
We want to welcome one of the recipients from this year's scholarship awards. It's Alexa Nichole Potamianos. She's a senior at the University of Rhode Island, pursuing a degree in film media and communication studies. She's actively involved in her school newspaper, The Good 5 Cent Cigar, and is currently serving as the newscast editor, formerly as a staff reporter. Alexa's experience working with media continues as a host of her own weekly radio program and in her position as a social media specialist for the URI orientation team. She's interning with Academic Advising Office, helping to advise first year students and run the office's social media accounts. Post graduation in 2024, she hopes to attend graduate school. Alexa is the daughter of Spiro and Chrysanthi Potamianos of Randolph, New Jersey, and we have her on the line. Kalimera, hello, Alexa.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Great. How are you?
I'm good.
No, you've never met Nancy. You've just been communicating, I think, probably by phone and email.
Yes, I haven't met her in person yet.
Well, she's right here in the studio, and we were just talking about the awards ceremony, which we want to let the audience know. It's coming up. The annual awards gala of the Alpha Omega Council is Saturday evening, October 21st at the Intercontinental in Boston. You'll be there for the first ceremony, which is the Scholarship Awards, and it'll be very, very exciting. I want to start by asking you, how did you even find out about the scholarship?
I found out through my school, actually. Our School of Communications sends out a bunch of emails, and then one of my friends forwarded it to me. She was like, "This fits you perfectly."
And it does.
Now, now, how did you get interested in communications and it looks like journalism and how did you
And
get
radio.
and radio? Yeah. How did you get into that? Did your parents or was there a mentor or someone that inspired you along the way?
Well, it was really, I started here as a film major, and then I wanted something to kind of like just broaden my, like, I guess, possibilities after graduation. So then I decided to add communications. And then I kind of just dove right in, and I wanted to get any experience that I could get. So I joined the newspaper originally just to do video news, but I ended up writing as well. And then I joined the radio just because it sounded like a fun time, and I've stuck with it for 3 years now, and that's definitely one of my favorite things that I got involved in.
I hope you're recording your programs. I'm a big fan of archiving our stuff. And have you been recording your shows?
I do record my shows, yes.
That's great. That's great. So, congratulations on winning the scholarship. And where do you think about what part of media that you'd like to get involved in when you graduate? Now, it says that you're thinking about a post-grad school, but then after that, where do you see yourself right now? Say in
Um,
5 years.
I think I would definitely want to work in higher education, either with an orientation program or student affairs, like working with all different clubs and organizations. But I definitely think I would like to keep working on film as a side project because that's something I really enjoy, especially on a smaller level.
That's great. That's wonderful. Now, at your newspaper, you said that you were a reporter, that you did articles, but have you gotten involved with any editorials or just the editing?
Yeah, I am again our newscast editor, so I edit all of our video news. So that's like from start to finish. I write all the pitches every week, and then I will film my own package, but also edit the entire newscast together with the anchor pieces and everyone's packages and our sports corner.
Wow, I'm so amazed at all that you're doing right now, and I know that we'll expect great things from you. Have you been to Boston before?
I have been to Boston a few times. It's not a far ride from Rhode Island.
Right, right. And now, are you involved in the church there, or with Providence, or um, are you involved in the Greek Orthodox Church?
Yes, I attend church in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Oh, in Cranston.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Good, good, good. That's wonderful. I always like to, we have this thing, Greeks here always say apapuis, it's a big thing, to figure out where you are and how you grew up in the community. Well, I thank you for joining us this morning. And again, good congratulations and best of luck at the ceremony. I hope to be there Saturday evening, October 21st, and I'll say hello to you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank
Really looking forward to meeting you in person, Alexa.
Me as well.
All right, take care.
Thank you. Ladies and
Yeah, have a
gentlemen,
good
that was the first recipient of the Peter Agris Memorial Journalism Scholarship for 2023, Alexa Nichole Potamianos. And how about that, Nancy? Look at all the things that she's doing. Isn't that
Yeah,
amazing?
they're really an amazing group of recipients this year. They all have been. These kids, we've got them in. They're not kids anymore. Some of them, when I think back to 1993 being the first one, they're all adults with families and careers. But we have people on at CNN and Fox and Jack Nikes, a Worcester boy who's at the New York Times bureau chief in Brazil. Um, just amazing careers across the field of media and communication.
It's,
So really, really exciting. And
do you keep in touch with everyone?
I guess like anything, like you have your big family, maybe, and, 5 or 6 of your cousins you're the closest to, and then you've got some others. So I have to say the vast majority, some keep in contact all the time, and some, sporadically if they have something to report. But
Yeah.
yeah, that, yes.
Wow, that's nice. That's so nice. There's a lot of power, I think, for the Greek American community to have people in the media,
That's
especially if we
right.
want to get out messages and things like that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. These are all proud, very proud Greek Americans, and even though they may not be working in Greek American media per se.
Right.
They're
That might be another good question for them. What media do they consume? We have another of the recipients on the phone right now, Eliana Wallis Klathis. Do I have that right?
Clathis.
Yeah. She's a sophomore at the American College of Greece, with a majoring in communications and an emphasis on journalism and a minor in environmental science. What a nice combination that is, huh? She's involved in the campus newspaper and is part of the social media team. She was a Dean Honors student at the Johns County Community College in Kansas, where she was feature editor of the campus Ledger and co-host of a student podcast, The Cavalier Corner, and a video journalist volunteer for the bi-weekly campus broadcast CAV Media. She also participated in the 8th Annual National Hellenic Society's Heritage America program in Washington, D.C. Elena is the daughter of Yannis Klasis of Athens, Greece, and Timetha? Is that right? Harrington of Arizona. She'll tell me now how I did on those pronunciations. Eliana, you can be completely brutal with me, but first let's just say, Kalimera, how are you?
Kalimera. I'm very good.
Oh, good.
How are you?
Great. Well, I'm just a little concerned now. How did I do on those pronunciations?
You did very good. Timotha, it's a hard one, but it is Timotha.
Yeah.
And then Klathis.
Oh, okay.
Klathis.
Klathis. Okay. Excellent. So, where are you right now? Are you where are you calling from, I should ask?
Definitely. Right now I'm calling from Ayapattaskavi in Greece. I'm
Really?
sitting on campus right now,
Are you
basking
really?
in the sun.
Look at that! Look how good the connection is. You know, communications at one time in Greece, telecommunications, was such that if you tried to make a phone call, you might get a recording that says, "Sorry, there are no outgoing lines." Did you experience that in your lifetime? I'm curious.
I think that happened once, and then last week when we were when we did the Zoom call,
Yeah.
my phone was having many problems trying to connect, but it's okay. You know, the technology is hard.
It is. It is. Well, congratulations on winning the scholarship, the Peter Agris Memorial Journalism Scholarship. And
Thank you so much.
what was the process for you? I know I know that the guidelines are online, but the application process contains there's certain questions that are asked of you. And can you remember one of the things that you were asked that made you stop to think?
I think one of the harder parts of the application was there was a part where it said list all of the qualifications that you have that would make you win the scholarship, and I think that was a hard one, just placing out the things in the specific rows in an importance, and then also writing the essay which was a little bit difficult as well. Just in general, writing essays is not my favorite thing to do, but also writing an essay about myself was kind of a new challenge, but also very rewarding.
It is difficult. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't think I can write about myself, and yeah, it's probably easier for me to write about someone else, interview someone else.
Well, and the question is also geared at trying to get you to get applicants to dig into their feelings about their Greek heritage, which, maybe is not
Definitely.
something you've ever been asked to think about. We can often take it for granted, right? Especially when you're living in Kansas. Do you have
Yeah.
are there a lot of Greeks in Kansas?
Um, we have our little pocket, but mainly the Greek people that is everybody.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
know
a
who?
very, very small community.
Yes, I can imagine.
Nick Salas's daughter was in Kansas a few
Oh.
years ago. Now she's a veterinarian.
Mm-hmm.
But there
Oh.
are some Greeks down there. I actually
Yeah.
met her, and yeah. So tell me, when you get into the working world, we'll say now we know you've been working in the field while you're in while you're in college. But when you get out of college, do you see yourself working at all in the Greek media or Greek American media?
I think I would definitely want to try that out. Definitely. I think that would be very rewarding, kind of coming back to my heritage and giving back to the community of Greek people. I think that would be very interesting to do.
Do you
Definitely.
do you have a leaning towards either print or broadcast journalism or whatever comes?
I think right now I'm sort of wherever it takes me, but at the moment I really like writing.
Yeah.
So I think that's more what I'm leaning towards at the moment.
That's good. What would be a subject that you would like to write about? Yet if the assignment editor said, "Hey, if you think of anything that you see anything in the news, anything that's happening around, and you really want to get something, let me know." What would you say?
I think in the right now I'm leaning towards environmental journalism, so environmental reporting.
Right.
So I think trying to, if I'm in a specific area, finding the people who are making changes, such as installing social or solar panels on houses and making green walls. I think that would be interesting to do articles on.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Well, I think you couldn't be more fortunate to be a recipient this year of the scholarship and be participating in the dinner, because I think the greenest Helene I know, or any of us would know, is the Lifetime Achievement honoree for Alpha Omega this year, who will be at the dinner, George Sakalaris, founder of
Oh, wow.
Amoresco. The man, his entire background is environmental innovation. He is a pioneer, and I know all of the Alpha Omega community and all the Greek American community. We are coming close to being sold out this year. For
That's
this
amazing.
dinner, it is going to be a packed house. So I think that will be a lovely connection for you to make.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm going to go over there and pick his brain as much as possible.
There you go. Well, there'll probably be a line to get to him, but we'll certainly at the scholarship presentation we will make that happen.
He may need some help there could be an opportunity in his PR department. You never know.
There you go.
Communicating what he does to the general public, and that's an important position, I would think.
Well, in
Definitely.
environmental journalism, one of the cool things that's come out of the scholarship program over all these years is that we've created a really nice network of Greek American media professionals. There are like Greek American doctors and lawyers and probably some Indian chiefs out there somewhere, but
Right.
we never had a network of media professionals, and
Let's do that. Why not? Why
well,
not?
we have it.
We have it right
we have
there.
it right
Right on
now,
your
and there are a
finger.
lot of other young people who are former recipients who are specifically looking at environmental journalism. So you have some good connections you can tap in from the get-go.
Wonderful.
That's
Yeah.
so
I
great.
can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, we're really looking forward to it. Thank God you agreed to make the trip over. It's a long way to come from Greece to the United States to Boston for one weekend, but I think you were one of the people who said you've never been to Boston before.
I have not. No.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
There you
Well,
go.
Yes.
We'll
I'm
see if
so
we
excited.
we'll see if we can't show you a good time.
It's
Wonderful.
so great. Thank you for joining us this morning, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Eliana Wallis Klathis, and she was calling from Greece, and sophomore at the American College of Greece, and she is one of the recipients of the 2023 Peter Agris Memorial Journalism Scholarship Award, And Nancy, this is just it's really exciting to see all these people that come through. And what happens now if someone applies and they don't make it? Do you send them just a generic letter, or sometimes do you say, gee, you were really close, you need to work on this, or if you only had that, or
Well, all of the above. You
Yeah.
know, we have had up years and down years in terms of applications. There were several years where being a journalist was not being, let's say, touted as an honorable career, which I disagree. I have said many times. I was very proud of my dad as a pioneering Greek American journalist, and I'm very proud to carry my press credentials myself. I think it is an honorable career.
Your dad was one of the few people that I know of that crossed over. He kept his feet. He was in the Greek American media, and yet he was well respected in traditional media. And so this is
Yep.
this is where we say we 2 weeks ago we had someone on the phone. It was the president of the Hellenic Film Society from New York,
Right.
the annual film festival, now the Film Expo. And the question that we always ask is, did you get any coverage in the traditional media? He says that's the toughest thing to crack. Well, why is that, Nancy? Why can't one of our, one of our people that's in there say, do something for Greek American heritage and say, we're making a mark here,
Yeah.
or bring a Greek thought into the journalistic picture, a mainstream journalistic picture. I don't know.
You make a good point. You make a good point, and we have to be better at tooting our own horn, as my father used to say. Really old expression, but it's true.
Isn't it true?
We do. We do have to be better about saying, "Hey, I'm Greek," and being proud of it.
Yeah.
Both politicians, journalists, in every walk of life. But
Oh, when I started way back in 1981, and I was producing news stories that were being sent out to radio stations, they said to me, "Why don't you change your name?" That's what was going
yeah.
on back there. We have our next guest on the air. It's Jenna Elizabeth Papadopoulos. She has a master's in mass communications. She is the candidate for a master's in mass communications, at the University of Florida. She earned a bachelor's in mass communications and with a minor in humanities at the University of South Florida, where she managed a radio show at WUSF Radio and presented her research at the University of South Florida's annual undergraduate humanities conference. She hopes to combine her love of science and communications in her future career. Jenna is the daughter of George and Janice Papadopoulos, both of, can you say it, Nancy? Dunedin, Florida. And good morning, Jenna.
Good morning.
How are you? Did we say it right, Dunedin? Nancy knows.
It's Dunedin.
Oh, see that Nancy does not know.
Yeah.
Nancy is a New Englander, but thank you for the correction.
Jenna, people don't realize. They say, "What do you do?" And I say, "Well, I do a comedy show."
No, you do not.
Every time. And if I get someone that's speaking Greek, God, people are like, they must be roaring. But anyway, do you speak Greek, Jenna?
Not nearly as much as I would like to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
My yaya was always trying to teach me as a child, and when I was little, I did not want to listen, and now I wish I had listened. But isn't that how we always go?
That was my sister's story. One of my sisters, I have one sister that turned out Greek, and the other one, nope, she just doesn't.
Well, and my kids fought me, and then they went up to the Metropolis camp, and they came back, and they were mad because they didn't get the punchlines of all the yaya jokes that were in Greek, and they were mad at me. I said, you didn't want to go to Greek school, so there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, congratulations, Jenna, on winning the scholarship.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
Now, the University of Florida, South Florida, there's a scholar down there by the name of Yorgos Topalidis. Have you heard of him? He is doing
I don't think I have.
He's doing a nationwide, it's a funded project, a nationwide oral history project on the Greeks from Asia Minor, the diaspora. He's going to be a guest on the program at the end of the month. He is has a doctorate, and he's still based in southern. Well, we'll talk about another. We're here to talk about you. So look at all these things that you're doing. Where do you see yourself going in communications?
Well, I have an interest in kind of data journalism, and so I'm hoping to do something with that. But you never know where life is going to take you. But I think it'd be interesting to follow that type of journalism.
Now, this is something new, I think. Data journalism, you said. Could you tell us
Yeah.
what that means?
It's basically when you take data and you try and convert it into a story. So there's a lot of information out there in the world,
Right.
but a lot of people don't have the knowledge base to be able to figure out what that data means.
Right.
So, for example, I'm working on a project right now on infant vaccination rates. So I take the data from the CDC and then I look at it and I examine it and try and find out what that data is telling me and then be able to report that information to others. So, like, which state has higher vaccination rates and are they doing a particular program that might have been resulted in having better rates for some reason, or are there factors that lead to somebody having not as much vaccination, things like that.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of looking at information and finding the story within it.
Well,
That's very interesting.
certainly something that the world needs more of.
Right. Rather than
Absolutely.
here's the story we want, and what we want to create the data from the story we want.
Right.
This is more investigative, perhaps. It's more, there's an analytical part then of your mind. I'm curious. Are you interested, or are you in music at all? A lot of people
In
who.
music, I
Yeah.
actually play the clarinet, yes.
There you go. Yeah, it seems
Oh, maybe Teddy can have her on.
you and Teddy can have a showdown. Yeah, no, the owner of the radio station here has a Friday morning ritual, and where he lets the clarinet out in so many ways, and it's quite a thing now. It's really.
Oh, you'll have to tune in to hear Teddy Dimitriade on the clarino. He does a great job.
I have an idea. I think that you should bring your clarinet with you. We'll tell Teddy to bring it, because Teddy's going to be there that night.
Yeah,
won't he?
so yeah, well, I'll have to remember to especially introduce you to Teddy, and you can. There aren't probably. I wonder what the population of clarino players is in the world. Anyway,
Jenna, what a great thing that you want to get into, and I think it will help you a lot that you are both analytical, and that you're developing communication skills, and you want to see sort of a merger of that. But I also think in the toughest of times, just remember you can pick up like your clarinet and get through it. So
there you go.
so have you been to Boston?
I have never been to Boston, but my mother is from the Boston area, actually, so I'm excited to go see where she's from.
Oh, that's so nice. No, any relatives up here? Any no long lost cousins?
Yeah, my uncle actually lives up there, and I'm going to see him briefly when I go visit. So
That's
great
terrific.
experience all around.
I think you said your mom was from Hull.
Yes, she is.
Oh, very good.
That's
That's on
nice.
the South Shore, right?
Right near Cohasset, maybe?
Cohasset and Situate, which is where Teddy's from again. Yeah.
That's a nice area.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area.
Stop by the church there and light a candle. It's a great thing. So,
I'll
Jenna,
definitely do that.
yeah. So thank you for joining us this morning and just saying a few words. And it's I hope to get to meet you on October 21st, Saturday evening at the 47th annual Honors Gala. Now, this is the ceremony before the gala.
That's correct. That's not a public part of the evening. We have a separate pre-evening, the rest of the dinner. So the scholarships and the recipients of the other awards, we gather at 5 to present the scholarships.
Yeah.
And then the dinner begins at 6 p.m.
I feel
The public
my
part of
heart
the
just
dinner.
jumped a little bit. I was thinking of Professor Manny Parcos,
Oh,
who was a professor of journalism.
what a huge loss.
yeah.
He's always been with us. Manny helped me start the scholarship 31 years ago, has advised me and sent us so many candidates from Emerson. Yeah, just a phenomenal guy, a great loss to journalism world, to the Greek American community, to certainly his family and legions of friends. Big hole.
You're going to miss him. We all miss him, Jenna. We're
Yes.
speaking of a professor that came from, I think, Arizona originally. He came out here in the 70s and became a professor at Emerson College and just passed away.
Yeah,
recently.
graduate journalism professor.
So
really.
here's the data point that we need. How many people of Greek descent are in the U.S. media market? Nancy's got a good start on it, but I think there are other sources of data. I think there are other people who maybe didn't go through and get a Peter Agris scholarship, other sort of people that are out. I'm looking over at Channel 5 right now. Don't we have some Greeks over there?
We
And
do. We have the main anchor, Maria Stefanos. We have Peter Eliopoulos as general assignment reporter, who was a 2015, I think, recipient. So, yeah.
I think we need that. I think we need
Yeah.
that data point, Jenna. I'm willing to
I wish I
commission
had
that.
it.
I know.
Oh, did you hear him? He says he's willing to commission
I'm
the study.
commission-
Okay,
okay.
we're going to hold him to it.
Well, what I have here, it's going to be like trade, sort of like on a tefka. We have here some Greek cookies and some, what, don't we have grapes as
Yeah.
well? So
That's
we'll
all
do
we have to
trade.
eat in the studio. Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
talking about trading for the service.
There you go.
All right. Jenna, thank you. We're being silly. It really, it's what happens when you have one too many cups of coffee.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for joining this morning. It was so nice to hear your voice, and congratulations again.
Looking forward to meeting you next week.
I look forward to meeting you both, too.
Thank
All right,
you.
honey. Safe travels here. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our third recipient of the Peter Agris Memorial Journalism Scholarship for 2023, Jenna Elizabeth Papadopoulos, and she's from Florida. And it's just so exciting speaking. Nancy, thank you for setting up these interviews. I want again just to say these are very competitive. It's not sort of, thank God we have 6 people that wrote to us.
Oh, no. And to further answer your other question, so many, in fact, I would say most of the recipients of this scholarship over the last 31 years have been multiple year applicants.
Wow. No kidding.
So I always encourage them. I always encourage all the applicants. I try to respond to them, connect with them by email or by, writing, what have you, unless it's something that disqualifies them, like, we've had a couple of people who I guess skip over the word journalism and communication and they apply for a medical school scholarship or something. And even then, I try to direct them to the
That's
Hellenic
nice.
Medical Association or somebody to help, because the cost of an education is huge these days. And I know $5,000 isn't going to change anyone's life, sadly. But what I'm hoping is that the scholarship and getting the nod, if you will, and the support of the Greek American community makes a difference in the lives of these young people. And some of them, like it way out in Kansas or wherever they may be, that have never felt, around here in Massachusetts, we're saturated with Greeks, and you feel a part of a community.
You do.
But
Yeah.
elsewhere, that's not necessarily the case. So, so again, I'm very, very thankful to Alpha Omega for the support they've given us.
Oh, we should say, if you want to learn more about the Peter Agris Memorial Journalism Scholarship, you can visit their website, alphaomegacouncil.org.
And about all the other things that Alpha Omega does in this community and beyond. Over $2 million in charitable causes since 1976. This is their main event, the Honors Gala. Like I mentioned earlier, this year we have really an incredible honoree in George Sakalaris, pioneer in clean energy and the founder of Amoresco. We also have a very exciting Phil Helene Award being given to the Honorable Carolyn Maloney, who's a former representative from New York in Congress and co-founder of the Hellenic Caucus.
Right.
Just a dynamo of a Phil Helene. She has been in Washington, really carrying a lot of weight for the Greek American causes near and dear to our hearts. And last but not least, the Emerging Leader Award goes this year to Dr. Vanessa Farsadaki, a space medicine expert and futurist. She is just an absolute dynamo. We're very excited. I think she's going to be on your program a week from today, right?
A week from today,
yeah,
yes.
she's
Thank
gonna
you.
she's
So
gonna call
excited.
in. Yeah, that's
Space medicine expert.
yeah, very exciting. So, and thank you to Teddy and to you who always give Alpha Omega and the scholarships time and plugs, and very much appreciate it.
You know, that's what we're here for, Nancy, and thank you for coming in. You know, a lot of people don't realize there are some donations that are very public that these foundations and nonprofits make, and most of their giving and donating is private. And you hear about it in other ways. Someone will say, well, you know, someone just gave, the Alpha Omega Council gave some money over to the Eastern Mediterranean Institute that Petro has. Oh, really? Oh, and they're giving money over here to this school and to that. And so, you know, don't think that they're just out at bow tie parties having a good time and swinging golf.
That's the one night. That's the one night a year, and that's when
Right.
they raise the money
Yeah.
to give to supporting the, MBC camp
Right.
and the Hellenic Nursing Home and the
Yeah.
Cardiac Fund and so many causes here, abroad, and they do it quietly and they do it, they do it well. So,
Since we mentioned the Dr. Farsadaki, we want to let people know that the Alpha Omega Council is bringing her in a special conference. It's free, but I believe you should register. Yeah, registration is required. A space is for everyone. That's it. That's the title of her presentation. It's going to be Friday, October 20th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the MIT Sandberg Center, 50 Memorial Drive in Cambridge. To register, I believe you can register through the Alpha Omega Council site.
that's correct.
Look at that, will you? They've got the site.
If you go on, you can click right to
Yeah.
making a reservation. Yes, but it is free. We're particularly wanting, young people to participate. It's an incredible opportunity to hear firsthand from someone at her level. Very very exciting time, and we should all be very, very proud to have someone of her stature.
Let's just give another data point about her that I found fascinating. She's fluent in
Not fluent.
Not
in
fluent.
18. No, it's elementary and some, but yeah.
So she knows 18 languages. And look at me, I'm struggling with my English. But this woman has been able to tell. She has some basic understanding of 18 languages. How about that?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah. No, she's done a lot, and she's very humble. She was, when we contacted her to offer her the award, the Emerging Leader Award, she was very, very gracious, very humble
Wasn't she?
young woman. Yeah, she's really lovely. So a great role model. I mean, how many Greek American women space futurists do we have? Not many.
Not
So,
many. There you go.
You know, for young women in the STEM fields and all, it's really exciting. So I hope we get the word out to the different Greek American, university Hellenic clubs and all. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So we know the flyer must be up now on Greek Boston. This is
I'm
a beautiful
sure.
flyer.
I'm sure it is. It's been, circulated. But again, if there are any questions, Alpha Omega Council.org, and you can for sure get all the information, including I think there are still a few tickets to the dinner, not too many. So and sponsorships certainly be happy to. Again, this is the evening that we are able to raise money to give more scholarships and to do other philanthropic work that Alpha Omega does, which is incredible.
It's a really nice evening. The galas are really.
It is.
The last few
It
years
is.
have been that I've been able to go. They've been, I mean, outstanding. You're at a top-notch,
Yep.
very well-produced event.
Absolutely.
And there's live entertainment too. If nothing else, you can listen to the
absolutely.
band.
I should have mentioned that. We
Yeah.
have an after party.
Yeah.
There's going to be dancing after the program. We're going to have Congressman John Sarbanes from Maryland is coming up to introduce his good friend George Sakalaris. We have John Metaxas talk about heavyweight Greek American journalists. He is the veteran CBS,
Yeah.
CNN, Money Matters for how many years, still hosting a podcast in semi-retirement. He's going to be the MC for the evening.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah,
too. He and his wife. just
fantastic. His
unbelievable
wife,
people.
Irene. Yeah, just fantastic people.
Wow.
And it's going to be really heavy hitters, and then lovely young people starting out in their careers. So I did. Do I have another half a second?
Please, yes. We have the news report coming up at 10, so you got a few
Okay,
minutes.
I'm
We still
just-
have a few minutes.
because I did not want
To forget the other
the other recipients. So including a lovely Massachusetts-based Massachusetts native, I should say, Ariana Shaloub is a sophomore at Tufts in a 5-year dual degree program. She is an incredible young woman, and she's the daughter of Dr. Joseph Shaloub and Angela Dianzikis Shaloub of Peabody. And
look at that.
what I really love is that she's also recently illustrated and published a children's book titled I Love to Be Greek.
Stop it.
Stop.
No.
So
Are you
it was
serious?
launched in June 2023. She actually is, I don't know if it's out for public distribution yet. I know I asked her for a few signed copies to bring me at the dinner, and I
Yeah.
think they're $15 a copy.
Are they really?
Try to get
That's
you
good.
some more information. Maybe you can give her a little plug online. I'm not sure how it's being.
You know something? We'd love to add it to our library up at St. George.
Yeah.
I will buy a copy for
Yeah,
them and for my
it's
collection as well.
really nice. So
Wow, look at
So
that.
we also have Victoria Popovsky, is a senior at BU College of Communication. She is from Montville, New Jersey. Just again another go-getter. And wait a minute, I lost my page here. We have one more.
Do we do
who-
Zoe?
Oh, Zoe Paraskevas, yeah, which I can't find the page.
Oh, right here. And you know
Oh,
what?
there it is.
Let's stop for the station ID, Nancy.
Yep,
It's going to come
go
up in
ahead.
10 seconds. Do you have it?
I have it.
Okay. Here it comes. It's going to
there it comes.
interrupt you, I think. Let's.
Okay. just to finish up, she's a summa cum laude graduate, St. John University, and she is the daughter of Emmanuel Paraskevas and Tula Kontonikolaou of Rhodes, Greece. And she is actually in Rhodes right now, helping her grandparents whose home was destroyed by the fires. So she's going to come back for the dinner also, though. We just have a really, really, really fantastic group coming in, and wow. And I just got a text message from Paul Tsitsopoulos, Alpha Omega president, and all-around phenomenal Greek. We have over 375 guests currently coming to this event. I think that may be blowing the doors off of any
It's a record-breaking.
year. So, really exciting evening.
Great. So get your tickets now. And you can do that right through the website, alphaomegacouncil.org. Nancy, thank you so much. Thank you, Paul, for relaying that.
It's sold out.
Sold out.
It's sold out. Oh, you're hearing it here first.
That's right. You
It's
heard
sold
it here.
out. Yep, we just I just got the flyer. It is sold out. So I think we've maxed out the room at the Intercontinental. But anyway, very exciting evening. And again, thank you to you and Teddy for the amazing coverage you've given us.
Thank you, Nancy. It was so good seeing you this morning.
Always good to see you, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nancy Agris Savage. And we want to thank Nancy for coming in and also connecting us with these wonderful recipients of the Peter Agris Memorial Journalism Scholarship. The award ceremony is held just before. It's a private ceremony. It's held right before the gala. And so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Rather than play a commercial, I think right now we need a song. We'll be right back. It's Wednesdays with Meleti and your host, Meleti Pouliopoulos.